Welcome to Saucy Bites, the podcast serving up all things food service and kitchen innovation, from recipes to equipment and the people driving the industry forward. We bring you the flavor behind the food. Brought to you by Ovention Ovens. Today's guest, you have spent over 35 years in the convenience store world, which means he knows more about roller dogs, magazine launches, and industry awards than most of us know about our own families. Ted Asprooth launched CSD Magazine, started Fair Magazine and Conference, and basically invented half the award ceremonies that C-store folks still brag about on LinkedIn. You'll see it all, from the days when a fountain drink was the height of innovation to now when convenience stores are competing with restaurants for your dinner. How you doing, Ted?
Joe, thanks. Let's see. Now you're really making me feel old. 35 years. So either I'm old or a veteran. Let's go with veteran of the C-store industry.
Are you a veteran?
I am. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. Well, I just wanted to get you on here and tell you, ask you some questions. The idea of Saucy Bites is just to talk about our industry, talk about the people that's in it, and kind of see what, trends, where they're going, what's happening, some stuff maybe funny that you've seen in a convenience store that you shouldn't have, anything like that works for me. So
Okay.
Let me get started here with, how are the technology and automation reshaping C-store food service operations?
It's interesting. Food service has always been critical to the convenience store channel, but even more now. We just recently at NACS had our State of the Industry meeting back in May in Texas, and all CEOs from around the country. Inside sales and that are down a little bit. Fuel sales down a little bit. What is it? 3 of the top 4 selling vehicles are trucks. Trucks are getting better gas mileage these days, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, EV's playing a little bit.
Stopping at the lights. I don't like that.
Yeah, well, my truck's outside, so EV's playing a little into the industry. But at the end of the day, where do we drive new revenue? How do we go in the future and increase our sales? And it's really come loud and clear. Food service is it, right? So you look at the industry and we have great chains, Quick Trip with the K, Quick Trip with the Q, Sheets, Wawa, you can go on and on and on. They do a great job with food service, right? And it comes from the top down. But when you're looking at a lot of the industry, there's still a lot of opportunities for growth. So when you're looking at equipment coming in, critical that it's reliable. There's still like QSRs. There's a high turnover rate in this industry. So you better keep the operations that you have from food service and equipment very simple, easy to use. Someone can come off the street. It's a no-brainer. And what I've seen over the years, back in the day, there was equipment out and it was good, not to the level of where we are in technology now. And back in the day, you might have a favorite convenience store that you go get a hoagie from, right?
Yeah.
And you love it. And you're on the other side of town 2 days later, and that hoagie doesn't have the same consistency as the one we just had. So that's improved greatly over the years. but technology is critical, not just in food service, across the board inside the industry.
Being a chef myself, I've been, looking at convenience stores, looking at the food. I've seen the food grow from nothing to restaurant style quality. Now, when you're putting it, you said we're talking about equipment. Ovention Ovens, we make all hoodless, ventless equipment. No hoods, no vents. Where do you see that playing in the convenience store role?
Well, I think 2 things. Remember, we've got 152,189 convenience stores in the U.S., right?
How many?
152,189. If I just change the number, I'm within 1 or 2, right? You said I couldn't look at notes, so I'm trying to give you the facts.
Right.
Anyways,
I'm looking at notes. Go ahead.
But we're all over the map, right? The chains just that I mentioned that do a great job, and they're trying to become more restaurants, right? Yeah. Some other chains that are smaller, doesn't mean that the small operator doesn't do a great job. Some of them are the most innovative we have in the channel, but they're really looking for equipment to take them to the next level. How do I compete more with the QSR across the street? We're doing it now in price, right? We see all the QSRs right now.
Right.
Everybody's having a price war to bring in the
Yep.
business. The quality inside the convenience store level has gone up greatly over the last few
Absolutely.
years.
I notice that every day.
Yep, yep, and in the convenience store industry, we owned breakfast and lunch were our main day parts, right?
Yep.
Those we own. People go to that convenience store every day. They get their coffee, their smokes, food service, whatever it might be. That evening day part, we've struggled with. Just like QSRs. If you go look in the
Yes.
evenings at some of those, there's not a line of cars that there is at 7, 8 in the morning or at noon. So technology and equipment coming back to my point we already went. Make it very simple, make the product consistent, pre-programmable, and extend that menu. I mean, we're looking at stuff from all over the world now coming in with new products, new
Yeah.
ideas. This isn't brand new, but they do a Wawa, who's always been one of the
Yeah.
leaders in food service going back 20 some years ago. They've got something out now, I think it's called a gobbler, right? You want a turkey sandwich with the cranberry sauce and the gravy and everything all built into one sandwich. And I think that's blowing out the doors right now. So we're experimenting with new things all the time and really look to the supplier community from
Yeah.
equipment, ingredients, new ideas, and help us drive that consumer. Because the last thing is our biggest opportunity is that consumer that's coming in to buy snacks, candy, whatever it might be,
Mhm.
we've got a leakage rate of 28%, meaning that there's 28% that are coming in the store and the next 30 minutes are going to a QSR to grab something to eat. We got
Wow.
to fix that. That is
Yeah.
the biggest opportunity. If you can drop that number, 5, 10 percentage points, that's huge. So when you look at opportunities in this channel, that's the biggest one I think we have.
Nice. Great, 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 great. That's I believe every day I walk out, every gas station I go into, every C store I go into, that exact statement you said. They're gonna eat. Why wouldn't they eat there versus driving over there and waiting in line? So to grab
Absolutely.
that business, that's great. You've had a long career in B2B publishing and business development. What first drew you to the C store and food service channel?
I was in publishing and always looking for that next opportunity. And I looked at the convenience store channel again 30 years ago, and there were a lot of opportunities in terms of growth, right?
Hmm.
Stores were opening on every corner. It was a little cheaper then to buy good locations, right? But you would visit one C-store chain and go to another one. I go to Ankeny, Iowa and see Casey's and what they did. And, Casey's is number 5 in pizzas in the US, number 5. Then you'd go down the street to Quick Trip and they would offer something different. Um, so I just looked at it as a great opportunity to be able to come in and share information. And the beauty of the convenience store industry, unlike other channels that won't even come together and sit down in a meeting, a round table,
Yeah,
here the men share ideas. There's still a lot of family owned business. There's pride built in, and both sharing ideas that worked and failures, right? And in food service, we've had a lot of failures, right? There are people have come in and tried too big a menu. You and I both
yeah,
know that. Um, and really, really to be successful, if you don't have that top management signed off and bought into what you're going to do from a food service standpoint, your chances of success are limited.
agreed. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
How do awards like Retail Leader of the Year and Chain of the Year influence the industry?
We started those awards in category manager of the year, and we've got a new one, fuel innovative leader of the year, really to honor the people that are getting it right in the industry,
Yeah,
to be able to tell the success that they're having at the chains I just mentioned and to share that so then other retailers can look at it and go, let's put ourselves up against how do we compare with the chain of the year? What did
yeah,
they do? What are their numbers? And going back to those meetings where you have the retailers all coming in. Oh my God, some of it was emotional, how they thanked their family and
yeah.
their past and all that. This is just a phenomenal industry. Love this industry. Had opportunities to leave it, never wanted to, and I'm going to be here for a while longer.
I always say, man, once you're in, you're in. You don't ever get out. You may
Nope.
move, but you don't ever get out. Well,
Nope.
I also know that NAX is coming up soon.
Mhm.
Can you tell us the NAX abbreviation? Can you tell us what that's about and tell us the date?
Sure. National Association of Convenience Stores. It's October 14th through the 17th in Chicago at McCormick Place. We call it the greatest show on earth. I'm telling you, it's a party on the floor. We'll have roughly over 24,000 people attend. We'll have over 1,000 of the best suppliers from equipment, technology, Monster energy drinks, you name it. When you walk in that convenience store, from candy on to the pumps out in the aisle,
Yeah.
um, all of that will be on floor and display in Chicago, and it's a great convention.
I can't wait. Actually, I'm gonna be there.
Oh, nice.
I'll be there. What I mean, we're gonna be at that show and we're gonna be talking innovation, we're gonna be talking things. But out of that, if someone come up and ask you, what would be the biggest opportunity? We know things are growing, we know things are growing. You talked about the food and everything, but what would be the biggest growth opportunity for food service over the next decade? Meaning, do you see, more computer, more automation? What do you see there?
Yes, yes. Um, and I think, and you're also seeing some of the larger chains putting in-store dining in. We really are competing now with restaurants, even more so than just QSRs, depending on the size of the chain. But I think the key is the success is, how do we fill that evening day part, right? We've got morning mastered, we got afternoon mastered, but that 3 o'clock on, how do we get those consumers on their way home to stop and pick up food for the family and everything else? And that's a question across all channels, but I think that is the biggest opportunity this channel has, as well as I mentioned, let's steal a little of that QSR business. Our food is good or better. Our
Mhm.
prices are good or better. So I really think that that's where this industry is really going to lock into, in terms of time, effort, and trying to lock that consumer in, because other sales that are a little slow right now, where is that growth potential? And the biggest one is
Yeah.
what we're talking about.
In your time in this industry, and I know it's been really long. I'm not trying to say
You,
something.
you know what? You just keep making me feel older here, Joe.
But what has been your proudest
Hmm.
professional achievement and what setback taught you the most? So the most professional and then the thing that set you back. No, I'm sorry, the proudest and the
Yep.
things that set you back.
I think the proudest is just being part of this channel for 35 years, and being able to, I have a lot of good friends on the supplier side,
Yeah.
that we've been able to put retailers and suppliers together. I can tell you, chain after chain, supplier after supplier, that they built this relationship, and it's truly affected both sides of the business, selling a lot of equipment or ingredients and driving sales inside the store. So, I love the awards. It was fun being part of launching CSD magazine, and for 18 years, and moved over to CSP and helped build that into number one with
Yeah.
a great company, and now at NAX. So I can't point out one thing. So it's just kind of all coming together, and it's the
Yeah.
relationships I built. Um, the one thing that could have done different, or better, well, probably not hanging out with you in Las Vegas at conventions when I needed to work
That will
at
get
some
you hurt. That will
point.
get you hurt. Never
Okay,
go out with chefs in Vegas.
no, no, yeah, so maybe cut that out. But anyways,
Right?
I think building the Fair brand was a lot of fun. And at that time, it was needed in the industry. I mean, I had a convention, I had people from the Marriott sitting next to people from USC, sitting next to people from a convenience store chain, on and on and on. And they were all sharing, because everybody, even though commercial, non commercial, QS, whatever it might be, they love getting together. and there was a bond that was being built there, and we ran that for about 5 years, and then a company came in and bought us. They
Mm.
decided to shut it down. I think at that point I should have jumped out and kept the brand going. So that's
Yeah,
that's probably looking back, because that today is still the right model in my opinion.
yeah.
But that's probably the biggest.
All right. Well, here's something I'm gonna throw at you. First of all, I'm
Uh-oh.
gonna say, man, thank you, thank you for your industry knowledge, and that's what we're going after, man. We're going off here on Saucy just to learn the things that inside the business, outside the business, trends that are coming, and things that most people, in the world don't know.
Yep.
We've been in this environment most of our lives. I've been in all my life. You've been in it all your life. I mean, we know it. So we're just trying to bring to the people what's coming, the trends, the things, the knowledge. But right now, as we're getting through this podcast, I'm going to do what I call quick fire. Now, I'm going to throw some questions at you, and I don't even want you to think. I want the first thing that comes to your mind, or, whatever it is. So,
Okay.
is this question? We're going to start here. It's a quick fire. So, it's only a few words and gone, or one word.
Okay. All right.
Favorite C-store snack today? Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Hot dog roller, industry icon or guilty pleasure?
Still an icon.
Most underrated food item in a convenience store?
Hamburgers.
Hey, that's a good one. Print
Well,
magazine,
I'm only,
smell or digital scroll, which wins?
say that again.
Print magazine, smell or digital scroll, which wins?
What does smell mean? Were
I don't
you?
know. Skip the question.
Oh, but okay, no, but I'll give you a quick answer.
Yeah,
Keep in mind that print in the convenience store industry is still
yeah,
critical. Other industries in technology, you're seeing young people say that they're going back to reading. They think it's retro and cool to read a magazine. Now you're really making me feel old. But print is alive and well in the convenience store industry. One of my competitors does a survey every year, a major research company, and they ask questions of, where do you go information on suppliers, services, and things like that? On the
mhm,
restaurant side, number one is digital. Number two is face to face, trade shows, convention. Number
mhm.
three, digital. Flip it. On the C store industry, print number one. Number two, NACS Association
Yeah.
Convenience Store Show. And three is digital. That was a long answer for a short question. And back,
But I didn't
back to
even
the
know the question.
burgers. The only reason why I wanted to bring up the burgers is it's a product in the industry that only a few people do. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
I would never think of a burger in a C store. I really would. I mean, there's just
Yeah, but
that's
but tell me why? Is it because there's too much competition across the street? Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I think it's perception. Perception that we got to keep changing in the industry. I'm telling you, I've seen leaps and bounds. I would have never believed what I see today in C stores, 20 years ago. I just wouldn't have believed.
Yep.
If you could attend only one industry conference for the rest of your life, which would it be?
Oh man, that is so simple, and it's not because I'm working here now.
Yep.
There is no the NACS convention is by far number one versus any other trade show,
Yeah.
association show, any other event. When I tell you to see the exciting things that are on the floor, from products to equipment, services, you name it. This place is a party, and you leave going home with new ideas on how to make your chain better. And I'm sorry, was that supposed to be a one-word answer? Max.
You had me at party.
Oh,
Uh, what's the best piece of career advice that you've ever received?
if you're not passionate about it, find something you are.
I dig it. One word to describe the future of C stores.
Amazing.
Roller dog versus pizza slice. The real king of the C store? Pick one.
That's
Pizza
tough.
slice or roller,
Yeah,
right?
that is
Put you right
tough.
in there.
You got to tell me, are we talking down south? Are we talking quick trip country that they have 16, 18
Uh,
roller grills going? Are we talking Casey's with a pizza slice? So I think it's that's more demographics around the country.
Demographics.
They're both right there. You're number 5 in pizza, and then Roller Grills at Quick Trip and other ones. They do a great program. I there's no answer to that. It's an even tie.
Okay. That can be that. Biggest change in our industry that you didn't see coming.
I think you
You
stu
see
I
it
think
all coming.
you stumped me, man. I'm on top of my game in the industry. Now, as soon as we hang up, I'll think of that, or three
Yeah,
o'clock
right.
this
You figure it
morning.
out.
Yeah. Sorry. No,
But
I
yeah,
don't. I been here so long that some of the things that came out are now full circle coming back out, and now they're being successful because they're giving it the attention that it needed. Um, and I no, I yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
If you were the guy and you could create one C-store award, what would it be called? An award in the C-store business, what would you call it?
I've done this 4 times. And I think it'll stay with retail leader of the year, chain of the year. It's the same thing
Mhm.
because that honors, it's not just the person that's running it at the top, it's the entire organization, from the category managers at the C stores that are critical to this industry,
Mhm.
to the CEO, to the food service research department, all that. I think there's no new award coming out, Joe. And
Yeah.
again, when I'm telling you that they get up and they have their entire key people with them at these dinners, um, uh, this industry is the best, man.
I agree with that. Late night stop, like coffee or energy drink.
Energy drink, man. Well, one, I don't drink coffee, and two, I don't want to get in trouble naming someone, but yeah, it helps me with that late night drive, or I'm still playing basketball, 20-year-old, so I use it then too.
All right. That may be another question to get into. Playing basketball still. I don't even
Yeah.
think my knees would make it right now. All right, let's close this up. Get it to close. If you weren't in publishing or C stores, what would you be doing?
Yeah. I don't, I always wanted to get into coaching. I love
Okay.
being around kids and sports, things like that. So that could be one. I still enjoy being on the woods and the water. So,
Yeah.
a guide. I'll try to be
Fisher. Yeah,
politically
fishing
correct
guide.
now.
I
So
like that.
we'll stop it at that. Probably one of those two things. But again, I love what I'm doing. Plan on doing it a while longer and staying in this channel, man.
Well, I've worked with you. Haven't worked with you. We've been places we traveled, and I tell you what, man, you you're the guy that kind of leads the industry or leads the team. So you're taking the team. I think you make everybody better around you. That's what I see as some of your strong points. Maybe I'm not going to go over the weak parts, but but we'll do it that way. Hey, there's no weak parts, right? There's no
Hey,
weak
thanks.
parts. How do you think? I heard that gas stations might eventually have a menu and you can order at the gas pump. What do you think of that?
Yeah, that discussion's been going for quite a while.
Mhm.
It's not brand new. It's just probably had that discussion a while back, and that would be wonderful, right? You don't
Yeah.
see a lot of drive-throughs at convenience stores. That's a limited number.
Yep.
I think you're seeing a slight uptick in that. At the pump would be great, right? If we can rush it
Yeah.
out there when they're still there, that would cut into that leakage that's going to the QSR across the street.
Mhm.
I know there's companies working on it. I think it's got great potential. And if we can pull that off, that would be huge for the channel.
Guys, thanks for joining us. Ted, thanks again. You guys have a good one.
Thanks, Joe.